The human brain is made for thinking, not fumigating. It's hardly a tinker toy or experimenting. Not fuming with drugs.
Why do we talk about marijuana? It's the single biggest drug that is a source of some confusion.
This is really about educating the public about the fact that marijuana is a less harmful drug.
Marijuana, that's to get high.
You can be as high as you want.
The prohibition of marijuana over the last 71 years has not actually prevented you from using marijuana.
You feel weak.
I'm sure to winning the war on drugs.
I do believe there have been some successes.
We will never arrest our way out of this problem.
Welcome to the John Doe Radio Show. We are live from the world's first American Cannabis Cup. I'm here chilling with all our good friends. Our friend from out of state, Lindsay, and her husband are here hanging out with us. Lindsay, how are you doing?
I'm awesome. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Hey, Chris, can you do me a favor and like bend that mic down a little bit towards her a little bit more? Yeah, be a little bit better of a pickup. We are hanging out down here live at the Cannabis Cup. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic time here at the Cannabis Cup. Yesterday was absolutely insane. Yesterday, just crazy, crazy insane. I cannot believe how many people are actually down here at the Cannabis Cup. I think personally, I'll ask you here in a minute how you guys think everything's gone, because you're here from out of state, out on the East Coast there, and this is brand new stuff, and I think you guys have maybe decided to actually make your home here, which is fantastic. But yesterday was a little bit crazy. I thought there was maybe way too many people yesterday for the event than there should have been. I think it was a little oversold. It was kind of uncomfortable to move around. Were you down here yesterday at all?
Yeah, for like an hour, and then it closed because it took so long to get in.
You were down here for an hour?
It took us 4 hours to get in.
Man, I wish I would have known. I would have like pushed you guys to the front. I didn't know you were waiting to get in.
It's all right. We were just smoking. We had a good time.
So everybody was just chilling, smoking in line, just hanging out.
Yeah, it was fun.
Everybody passing joints and stuff.
Yeah.
So where are you guys from?
New York.
Tell everybody that doesn't know. You're from New York?
Yeah.
We're at New York.
Right by Albany.
So you're is farm country or yeah. Okay. You like it up there in New York?
No.
No. You make it to the big city in New York quite a bit?
Not really.
No.
I try not to.
So you're not a big fan of it?
No.
That's some place where I've always wanted to go is New York, the big city.
If you go once, it's all right, but going a lot isn't. It gets old.
I wanted to live there at one point in time. I wanted to go to Five Towns College in Long Island, New York, which is a music school and
Long
business
Island's
school.
beautiful.
Long Island is?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. At some point in time, I'll be able to make it out there. Just as I say, I'll be able to make it out to California and Washington, Oregon at some point in time.
Yep.
It's crazy. I have never been to any of those places.
They're all on my list, too.
Well, Denver was on your list, and you guys were like, "Fark it. We're coming to the Cannabis Cup. We're going to make it a thing." I mean, you guys have done some awesome things. You guys went up and stayed at the Stanley Hotel up there in the foothills. How was that?
It was awesome. Creepy. We went on a ghost hunt tour, and
the Stanley Hotel, the hotel in The Shining, for people that don't know, here in Colorado. That's where they filmed The Shining. The crazy, crazy, crazy movie.
Yeah.
I think most people have seen it. You guys stayed in the which room?
In 217 in the actual room, he like wrote it in.
Wow, that's really cool.
It was.
So there's more than just weed smoking to do here in Colorado. Everybody keeps asking me, they come up there like, "What do you do in Colorado?" Because the other night at Hood Lab, which that's a whole nother story. We'll talk about how the last couple of days over at Hood Lab went. The other day when I was checking IDs at Hood Lab, I saw like almost nobody from Colorado. There was like 2 IDs, Coloradese. Everybody else was like from everywhere else in the world. A lot of people from Texas here. I don't know why you would want to get out of Texas and come to Colorado and have the freedom that we have here when it comes down to weed.
Yeah, right.
So no, Florida was another really big one. Lots of people from Florida here.
Yeah, I noticed that in California too.
Yeah, and Cali people coming out to hang out. Basically everybody that's been at some point in time to a Cannabis Cup somewhere here in the country, overseas, had a booth, they're here. they're here. I mean, we can't really take a video camera out live and show you and stream anything out there because you can't really move around. I mean, you'd be sitting in front of your screen for like the whole show. We move from one booth to the next. It's crazy. Big Buddha Seeds over there with our good friends Evo Lab and Element 420. They got a big old like pagoda. I mean, you could like climb up scaffolding and sit up on top of everything and look over the crowd. People yesterday over at the apartments across the way, there's an apartment building right at the end of this lot here. People were like the 4 or 5 people just up there chilling the whole day, eating food, relaxing out, looking down on everything. It's an awesome Colorado event. So what else do you guys think about this event?
It's just a lot of people. I'm glad today's a little bit better. Yesterday was crazy because we couldn't see anything. We were like trying to stop at booths and you're like getting pushed along.
Really?
But this is better. We'll actually be able to enjoy it for today.
Yeah.
Just gonna stay till it closes.
So how long did you wait in line?
Today wasn't bad. Today, because we had our wristbands from yesterday, we were able to just walk right up. But
so yesterday you waited in line?
Yesterday was like 4.5 hours. It went around like 8 blocks and down the street.
8, damn.
It was nuts. It was really nuts.
Wow, man. See, I knew that was going to be a big issue with this event, man. I knew that there was going to be a lot of people probably ticked off at how long they had to wait to get in. I was even concerned if everybody was going to even be able to get in.
What they were doing was like waiting for people to leave and then letting you in as they were filtering out.
Oh, really?
So you literally had to wait for people to leave.
So it's like capacity type situation, like capacity crowd. Damn, that's nuts. But everybody was like token in line. Nobody gave a shiz or anything like that. You guys were like right in front of people's places and
right on the main road on the sidewalk.
Right on the main road on the sidewalk. I mean, right in front of Jeebus and everybody.
Yep.
I mean, that's cool. That's one thing here in Denver. I mean, we can talk about, I guess, the acceptance of this week and this weekend here in Denver, which has been pretty big. I mean, there was a lot of hoopla in the newspaper about the 420 rally and how the worst worry was ruining the grass, which they made a huge, big freaking deal out of. And I was told yesterday, the grass looked pretty good. I'm sure there was probably damage or whatever. I mean, especially after all the craziness went down and all that. But I think overall, from the news stories that I've seen, besides them explaining the junk that went down, I'll tell you here in a second. I mean, they was talking about how it was a jovial event, and how it was like, celebrating our culture, how it was fun and awesome, and everybody was having such a good time, and I think that's what's cool, And really, the media didn't make a big deal out of it. They didn't make a big deal out of it at all. I mean, the biggest deal came from the situation where I think it was 2 or 3 people. I don't have any news sitting in front of me right now because we can't access the internet. There's so many damn people in the area. The Wi-Fi is slower than crap. The regular cell service is slower than crap. I was going to try and check news and bring you guys the latest news that we have on anything. But we can't do that. We'll just have to bring you news here from the Cup. But yesterday, I'm told maybe it was gang-related. I'm sure it was gang-related. I'm sure it had nothing to do too much with our community. 2, 3 people got shot. There were like 5 or 6 shots fired. Just stupidness, stuff that doesn't even represent who we are as a community. But if you've been down to the rally in the past, if you've been down to the rally at all in the past like 5 years at least, especially, and increasingly more over here the past couple of years, the rally's become, inundated with younger kids, which I've always, Miguel's made a concerted effort. And honestly, I feel bad. I really feel bad for Miguel today. I feel bad for everybody that was there in the area and that had to deal with it. Hey, that's Marlon Asher right there. The ganja farmer himself, Marlon Asher, walking by. I feel sorry for Miguel. I gave him on the show I was like, good luck with the amount of grief that you would have to deal with, the crap that would be given to you after the Cannabis Cup. And, I don't think none of us wished that this situation would happen. We may have, thought that maybe something like this could happen because of how much Denver's sort of becoming more and more of this. Gangs are becoming more and more of a prominent thing here in Denver. I mean, it's declined decade ago, you know, I mean, we didn't have that big of a problem. But for some reason, steadily here, it's been going up. More and more increasing issue of gang problems, you know, downtown issues, people being beat up downtown, just craziness. The craziness that comes with a just exploding city. So, I mean, it's something that you can expect. It's still not as horrible as some other places that you could go. I still feel safe walking around. It's still a fantastic place to live. You know, I'm now living in one of the most, like, quote-unquote sketchy areas in town, you know, 5 Points, which is fantastic now. You know, it's not like it used to be at all. You guys went to Cervantes yesterday to see Redman and Method Man.
Yeah, we were there last night. It wasn't bad.
Make sure we talk about that, too. I mean, that's about as bad as it gets here in Denver at any given point, which is not really bad at all.
Not at all.
But when a situation like that happens yesterday, I mean, you have tens of thousands of people. I don't know exactly what the final number is, but you have tens of thousands of people in one location. It's hard that there's not going to be, you know, one issue among, you know, a group of people. And that sucks. That really does. I mean, it's a horrible situation to happen, but it's something that you've probably got to sit down and expect is going to happen. A shooting is the worst possible thing that can happen. I mean, that's the worst thing. Nobody got killed. Nobody had life-threatening injuries, thankfully. You know, the other thing I was worried about was when the shots went off, because, I mean, I've seen somebody get shot, and I've seen crowds just disperse like crazy. You know, I'm worried about people getting trampled. And our homies over at Dank Decals, they had a booth over there, and I guess just everybody just inundated their booth. It was just like a trample. Craziness. Which is scary. I mean, that's scary as hell if you're in that situation. And
you don't know what to do.
You don't know what's going to happen next. I mean, at any given point in time when something like that happens, it can completely change. Everything can completely change. Your whole life, the situation. You get trampled, you get shot, some other people get freaked. I mean, it's crazy and it's scary. So the first thing that I thought about was, you know, I hope to goodness that everybody is safe that we know. And then my second thought was just like heartbreaking. I mean, it was honestly heartbreaking. I report the news all the time. We've done regular news. We've done cannabis news, entertainment, sports, all kinds of stuff. We've done all this stuff. And it's like you become sort of, I don't know if jaded is the right word, but it becomes sort of this normal thing to be disappointed. So you no longer become disappointed. You just recognize that people are shitty, the news is shitty, and that things happen, and you hope that they don't happen, and then when they do happen, you do the best that you can to inform people. You know, it's been sort of my take on a lot of things that, you know, I've done over the years when it comes to news. But this situation, I mean, it punched me in the gut. I mean, it really, 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 really hurt, especially after the week that we've had here in the United States with everything going on, the craziness, that happening. I mean, it was the least thing that it was the very least of what we needed to happen. Very, very bumming out. But we tried not to let it get to us too much. Heard early, you know, that somebody had died possibly, and that really got to me. I was like, damn, man, this is going to be horrible. You know, this is going to be painted as something that is this violent, ridiculous event that happens downtown, and we don't want any part of that. That's not what our community is about. You know,
so far, all I've seen is peace and freedom.
Yeah, we're all about, that's exactly what we're about. I mean, the 420 holiday, which has now become a 420 week, a 420 weekend at the very least, you know, 420, 421. I mean, it's a situation to where we are celebrating our freedom. We're celebrating togetherness. You know, it's something that we as a community have built through years of being held down, through years of prohibition, you know, and the most ridiculous intolerance, you know, that we've seen in our generation.
Definitely.
There's no way that we can sit and compare it to Holocaust. There's no way that if you can sit down and compare it, I guess, to the Holocaust, but you know, I'm not going to or whatever. I mean, there's so many victims in the drug war that you can't count how many victims of the drug war. If you've had somebody in your family, you know, that's been busted for drugs or been in jail or something, I mean, that's something that you've had to deal with, and your family has had to deal with. You become a victim to that. Your family becomes a victim to that. You know, people are branded. They can't get jobs. They're stuck in certain class. You know, I mean, that's That's frustrating. And us all coming together for an event like this is extremely rewarding. It's something we've worked hard to solidify. It's something we've worked hard to be peaceful at. I mean, it's hey, there's Jason. Jason from Dank Decals. We were just talking about the craziness down at the Cup yesterday. How this is our 420 holiday. Fantasticness. I'm over to Taker Greens. I got the, oh, by the way, we got a brand new shop piece. The Hitman Phase 2 Mini. The little Hitman Phase 2 Mini. Check this Mamma Jamma out right here. You can hold it.
That is awesome.
Hitman Phase 2 Mini with the domeless nail there.
Hitman always kills it.
Hitman. Dougie over there, Hitman hooked us up with it yesterday. Wanted to make sure that we had the top gear. I told him we still have the first piece with the dual turbine in it. It's got a ratchet to dual turbine. And it's one of my favorite pieces that we have ever. And it's been in my collection since the beginning. We never sold it. I'm going to keep that one as long as I can, too. That one I put in my pocket in the hoodlum. Fits perfectly in my hoodlum jacket.
I was going to say, it's so small and cute.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Badass. Came with the dome. But I'd rather not use the dome because that's just archaic.
So is that a domeless nail?
Yeah, this is a domeless nail.
Oh, all right. I've never actually seen one.
Domeless nail. I can't remember exactly what this nail is called, the model. It's the duality. A duality nail. It fits both 14 and 18 joints. It's got a little step right there where the 18 goes, little notch where it sits on, and then right up above it, you know, where the 14 goes, it sits on. This little Mamma Jamma, check this out. I mean, I'm ripping as hard as I can. I am ripping as hard as I can here. Not really kissing me at all, at all, at all. I love it. You can rip it. Have you guys got to smoke quite a bit of Fantastic Earl?
Yeah. Everything I've had. We got shatter, we got earwax. Even the greens that we've gotten are just 10 times better.
The greens that you got. What kind of greens have you smoked? What's your favorite so far?
LA Confidential. I have
That's a lot of people's favorite. The Death Star is by far my favorite, and I got to smoke some Death Star greens. You got some with you?
Yeah, I brought some. I brought a bunch, actually.
So a bunch of Death Star? Let me see your Death Star. Another thing that we talked about, like this whole event, and why, I mean, it's so fantastic that we all get to come together and be open with this. I mean, I really, what's surprising to me is I really thought that I would see a lot more people toking.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people toking. I mean, you look around you and everybody's got a joint lit up, and people are firing up rigs and torches. But I really honestly thought it would be like you could smell this place from like a block away.
Oh, as soon as we got out of our car, you could smell it.
Well, I mean, that's like right over here. But I mean, I was walking down. Maybe I was wrong way to the wind, but I couldn't smell anything. I smelled it down like 3 or 4 blocks past the Hood Lab, which the Hood Lab's like 2 blocks down from here. And, you know, I'm like maybe like 4 or 5 blocks away from there. I smelled somebody just on the side of the road smoking a joint more than I smelled this place coming up in here. So, I mean, I think that there's way too many people around for everybody to like just like. There's no room for everybody to congregate and form the little stoner circles that they form. You know, it's like everybody has to get moving and keep moving. There'd usually be like a little a stoner circle here, a circle that would pop up here, a circle that would pop up there, but everybody's got to keep moving. So that's I mean, I just think they should sell less tickets next year, maybe.
See, I was thinking that, or even a bigger venue. It's just too many people in too small of a spot.
Yeah, I know, but what venue is going to allow all these stoners to come hang out? As the years go on, it'll become more and more of a friendly spot or a friendly situation for us, but still, at this point in time, I mean, we're still...
This is the first one. This is history.
We're still lepers in this situation, you know? I mean, we're still, like, outcasts. Even here in Colorado, I mean, it's like we've had to pave our way for years and years and years and make sure... This smells fantastic, by the way. You shouldn't keep that in a plastic bag. You need it.
I have bottles at the hotel. I just haven't put them in yet.
I know. I'm one to talk. I don't like traveling around with big old glass jars in your pockets and all that.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks. So. Hey, there's Holly G.
What up?
Hey, how you doing, Holly? Our good friend Holly G coming over to say hi to us at the iCannabis radio booth, Jonda Radio. The beautiful and amazing Holly G, the fire-breathing, throwing craziness that you have going on. You want to say hi to everybody?
Hello, everybody out there in iCannabis world. We're having a blast.
I heard something about you, maybe something, maybe wanting to talk about doing a show or something, maybe like rebroadcasting the show or something.
Yes.
I heard.
Yes.
You don't have to say anything right now about it, but.
Well, it's a kind of a secret, but we are gonna start doing it here in the next couple weeks. So look out for the Counterculture show.
The Counterculture show. Sweet. That's fantastic. Are you having fun over here?
Yes, I am. I should sit down.
Come and sit down. Our two other mics are not working very well right now. For some reason, they're not, I don't know why. They both stopped at the same exact time. I don't know. Maybe a surge or something. So, how long have you been here? You brought a friend with you?
Yes. Well, we just met yesterday, but he's from Texas Normal.
From Texas Normal.
They actually drove up here. He might want to tell you about it if you want to talk to him about it. He brought a whole smart car, a wrapped smart car. It has pot leaves all over it.
And he drove a smart car from Texas? That's brave of him to be getting a smart car anyway. Especially to drive around a smart car in Texas. You might get run over, dude. There's a big old trucks in Texas. The smart car would be like a micro machine to one of some of the trucks, man. That's cool though. Welcome here from Texas, man. And how you having fun? You can go grab on that one.
I'm having a blast.
That's fantastic. Have you been here? You've been here to Colorado before, but when was the last time you've been here to Colorado? You think?
Gosh.
I mean, I'm assuming you've been here to Colorado, I guess.
Not since before y'all experienced liberty.
Nice. That's only been a few months, so I mean.
Well,
and we haven't even got retail.
It's been years. Let me put it that way.
We haven't even put retail sales in place yet, which is.
But I'm assured that y'all will get everything done. And
at the beginning of the year, it's going to go nuts.
I think the sky's not going to fall.
No, it's not going to fall. I mean, nuts in a good way.
Yeah.
It's going to be fantastic. Everybody's going to be making money.
I see it as a positive move. Yeah. I always love watching dominoes fall.
I think it's going to be great for the economy and people here in Colorado that
I'm glad that other states are starting to follow suit.
People here have been waiting years to be able to benefit off of cannabis use and cannabis, and I mean it's important for us to make sure that we solidify ourselves as a cultural. I mean, this event is not only cultural now, but I mean, you see how many people are around here. I mean, it is a huge financial gain for the people involved, and the people putting on for the city.
It's socially enwrapping.
It is. How many people have come into town from all over the country? How many people that have come into town from all over the world? I mean, it's awesome, incredible.
I've met.
I had to check people's passports the other night because we don't have any.
Last night I met people
ID.
from about 15 different states. Last night.
15?
15 different states.
And I was checking IDs, and there was at least that the other night when we were at Raekwon, and I only saw like 2 Colorado IDs.
I've met a lot from Amsterdam and from Austria, a few other countries as well.
Nice. Scotland.
Wow.
Scottish. It's awesome. I mean, it's really cool. This city is going to become a huge cannabis tourism epicenter. It already has become, but at the beginning of the year, once people get word out that you can walk into a store and buy cannabis, buy Earl, buy edibles. I mean, it is absolutely amazing. I don't know how. I always used to think I was like, I was born at wrong times. I love baseball, the classic series of baseball. There's other eras of music, that I really wish I'd have been a part of. I'm like, damn, I was born at the wrong time. Maybe I should have been born in LA or wherever. But then all this starts to come together, and you're like, well, damn, this is where I was supposed to be. Like you see everything start to unfold here, and you're like, man, this is really an awesome thing that we get to be part of. We're so privileged.
Really.
I mean, people wanting to move here, and we'll talk with Lindzi here in a minute, but she's from New York out there, and gonna be moving here.
I met some people from Long Island last night at the Slightly Stupid show.
Yeah, so you got to go to the Slightly Stupid show, Cypress Hill. How was that? I heard it was packed.
Oh, it was wonderful. I met Holly there yesterday. We interviewed Slightly Stupid.
Oh, really?
Yes, and
lucky you.
It was nice. Talked with C-Money and
Cypress Hill actually hit this pipe last night.
Fantastic. The homies inside, yeah, I'll take a hit. The homies in Cypress Hill, that's how we got to meet them and got in with them, is like by showing them bud that they were just like, whoa. Okay, tangerine is the code word. Text our Dougie, the tour, their right-hand guy. Did you get to hang with him?
I met him.
You got to meet him?
They were pretty much on a time crunch last night, so anybody who had an interview, it was us, Access TV, and a couple others that was like 15 minutes. They got there late.
We were one of the last people at the Mile High Music Festival to get to interview them, and we just took our sweet time with them, and everybody was like, we lit up like right there. I mean, this wasn't a medical event or anything, and we lit up right there with Cypress Hill inside the media tent. And like the media people were like slightly freaking out. They closed it was like a media tent. There was like, flaps there. They closed the flaps so that nobody would like accidentally walk in and like hang out with us toking, dude.
Sad what fear will do, huh?
I know, we were like, why are you closing it? Invite people in. We want to toke. It was fun. So happy 420, y'all. Happy 421.
Yeah.
We're not going to let the events that happened yesterday at City Park ruin anything that we got going. It's unfortunate they did cancel City Park events today.
Yeah.
I hate it when that happens, when they cancel the event because of a tragedy. I understand it, but also at the same time, I really feel that tragedy shouldn't stop everybody from having a good time, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you can't enjoy yourselves because something tragic happens. And I mean, you can celebrate life and celebrate goodness at the same time. Oh, is this one of these?
Yeah, that's one of the grinder cards from the 420dude.com smart mobile, smart car that we drove up here from Texas in.
This came in handy the other day. We were trying to grind up stuff, and somebody whipped this out and used this, man. It came in handy. It's not good for sort of more wet bud, which hopefully you're not having wet bud too much here in Colorado, though. Sometimes people like to.
It's pretty so dry
fast.
here.
It dries so fast. People just like to trim it, put it on a shelf for a day, and then put it in a jar. So sometimes it's not cured the best. Yeah. But if it's good cured, then those little card cheese grater things are awesome.
Yeah. But anyway, there you go. And I had a wonderful drive up, and your state's a beautiful state. Talked to Dr. Bob.
You got to talk to Dr. Bob Melamede out here.
Yeah, we went to his house and talked to him for a couple of hours and got that on tape, and then drove back up here, interviewed Slightly Stupid.
Cool.
And
right on.
Getting ready for a few more interviews. And
we were waiting to tell the Cup. Bike's not here either. I don't know where the heck he's at. He's probably lost in all the chaos that's going on. Bike, our co-host. He was over at Big Buddha Seats. We were going to wait until after the Cup, but I'll go ahead and tell everybody now. There's probably a 99% chance we're going to be hanging out with 311, G-Love and Special Sauce, and Cypress Hill July 29th at the Cannabis Cup. Bill Bass Concerts, which, I mean, is famous, huge name here in Colorado. Always hanging out over at the lab. Like, somehow he's ended up being his spot at the lab. So we sat down and we talked with him, and then we got ins for passes over there, the July 29th show. That's why I didn't make this one that big of a deal to get into last night, because I would have had to sacrifice doing a million things in order to get up there. And you guys have hung with us with Cypress Hill before on the John Doe Radio Show, and we have their cell phone numbers and can get a hold of them and chat with them. Awesome guys.
It was wonderful.
It was just too many events that we would have had to sacrifice
there
last night.
There are so many things going on. I don't know where to send the film crew,
exactly.
We have an itinerary, but it has to stay so flexible.
Yeah, we figured we had enough people that were going last night and footage that would be brought back that we'd be fine with being chilling down here. I mean, we ended up hanging out at the Hood Lab last night, hung out here, got to interview a bunch of people. Getting people over to the booth right now is just ridiculous. I mean, it's besides, if somebody just doesn't walk up randomly, it's almost impossible to get them here in any amount of time or get a producer anywhere. There's just wall-to-wall people, and it's getting more and more packed. They were talking about earlier on George's show how there was less people here maybe, and how there was less people, here right now than there was yesterday. We were talking about it, and that's beginning to slowly, quickly change. It's jamming up again a lot more.
Well, I know you have a lot of listeners in Texas.
We do have a bunch of Austin, around the Austin area, actually.
And then Waco, too, where I'm from.
Waco?
Yes.
Waco had a crazy week this week,
yes,
too.
we did. Actually, it was 20 miles north of us there in West, but
big old
I was already
plant.
in Colorado Springs, waking up to phone calls seeing if I was all right.
Yeah. Well, that's good that everybody you know was all right.
Yes, we did have some people that lived in West, but they got relocated in time before everything happened.
Did that whole town get?
It pretty much flattened a lot of the area.
Wow.
From
that was
what,
one of the
from
biggest
what
explosions
my
I've ever
family's told me, it's pretty much flattened around the area.
That fertilizer plant explosion was one of the biggest ones I've ever seen, man. It was crazy.
Yeah. People on the highway said that the highway looks pretty messed up right now on I-35.
It has been an absolutely insane week all over the United States with everything going on.
I think so.
I'm ready for
I'm ready to go and talk about positive stuff now.
I know. I thought I really didn't think I was going to.
I'm sorry about what's happened all over the place, but it's so sad. But
I didn't think that I was going to be tired at the end of this week. I mean, I knew I was going to be tired.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that I was going to be,
exhausted
and be standing on my feet as much as I did this week. Oh. But absolutely, my feet are growling right now. I mean, it's ridiculous how much I've probably walked more this week than I have in 2 years combined.
And wading through the sea of people. It's a sea of people.
It is. I mean,
it's
I'm glad I didn't go down to the rally. I didn't even get to make it down to the rally yesterday.
Yeah.
Because it's just too crazy busy. This whole place was jammed.
Yeah.
I mean, think of how many people are here. Yeah, think of how many people are here right now, and then how much of it. There's barely. I mean, there's no parking garages around us. No. It's all street parking.
I was lucky enough to find a little spot between a hydrant and the end of a car. In the smart car, it fit.
See, you got the smart car, so you could probably just pick it up and put it in between something.
We just shoved it in.
Yeah, exactly.
Could you help us move this? 4 guys pick it up, move it into place.
It's instead of horsepower is stoner power there.
But actually, Mercedes-Benz makes them, so they go pretty fast.
They got some giddy?
Yeah, if you don't watch it, you'll be doing about 90 or close to 100.
You need that to run from the big monster trucks.
You need that to run from the 18-wheelers.
Yeah, dude, I would never be able to roll up on it.
It's pretty scary. You're sitting there in a little smart car that looks like it should be on a Ferris wheel. And you pull up next to an 18-wheeler who's got not just one trailer, but 2 trailers, and the back one's doing a little weave job.
He could fit 50 of your cars into one of them.
Your adrenaline rush comes into play.
That's crazy, man.
It is, but it was a nice drive coming up. We hit rain and a little ice in Pueblo on on Wednesday afternoon, or morning, and then as soon as we got into Colorado Springs, the white stuff just started coming out of everywhere, so had to make a pit stop in Colorado Springs Wednesday. Then come on in Thursday. Staying at a place in Inglewood.
Inglewood, that's cool. I like Inglewood.
Yeah, it's a nice house. We got us a house for the week, and so we're staying until Tuesday.
Cool.
Have to decompress after all of this.
What's that? We just got handed some Code of the West. Leap stuff. Here, go ahead and grab that from her.
Oh,
go ahead and talk to him here for a second.
Okay.
I think it's awesome how people come up and It's funny. We're on the air. And people just come up and grab a hand of stuff.
Those are from Jason Thomas.
They're from
Jason Thomas from Leap.
Cool.
Awesome. Thank you.
Well, I think I just got a text that I need to be somewhere.
All right, good times, man. Thank you for
thanks a
joining
lot,
us.
and appreciate iCannabis Radio.
Fight the nanogram limits there with Normal, man. We're not too happy with Normal about they're thinking that 5 nanograms is driving under the influence, because there's a lot of people that are going to test above 5 nanograms. Everybody that uses cannabis is probably going to test above 5 nanograms regularly.
Well, I know that I would.
Yeah.
And
it's just what I know that the local
but I want to
chapters don't exactly meet up with the national norm.
Yeah, we don't
on this situation, which is ridiculous.
Well, just because we're a normal chapter doesn't mean that we all line up in a row. And
it should, and we need to fix that with Normal. That's why we've been kind of like hard on Keith this past week, and he responded back to us with, thinking that 5 nanograms is a good starting point, which it's not, but we'll continue that discussion. And
yeah, sure.
It's still good to have Normal around as long as they've been around. It's just we need to make sure that we keep their effectiveness effective. So.
Exactly.
But thank you for being active, and thank you for coming in and hanging out with us.
Of course, always.
I didn't get one of those VIP gold high times ones, man. That's
Danny Danko gave this to me.
Yeah. See, that's my hookup too. He gave me a press one though.
It was very nice, and then Dan Sky from
High Times.
High Times sent me some press passes for my press crew and everything, and so
nice.
It's been nice being here, and we're gonna take this all to the people online and stuff, and
take it to Texas and improve Texas.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the fight back there and say, look, it's like any other festival, any other expo, any other event, and people aren't knocking each other down, killing each other, punching each other out.
No. I mean, yesterday's crazy events were probably because that unsavory people probably involved.
That was an isolated incident.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's not representative of anything who we are at all.
Not at all. But anyway,
all right. Thank
you
for
talking
joining us.
to you.
Thank you. Have a great trip. Have a safe trip back in that smart car.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right. It's good times here on the John Doe Radio Show. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. We're live at the Cannabis Cup, broadcasting on iCannabisRadio.com. Hanging out with our good friend Lindsay here. As JDR grows more and more, Lindsay is going to be helping us out. Probably with behind-the-scenes stuff and organization, because we need that.
That's what I'm good at.
We're stoners, and we need situations like help with that and goodness of stuff. I'm seeing a ton of awesome shirts around. That's one thing. Gear. Like the cannabis culture is huge with gear. You're wearing right now, you got a pullover on that says Dabs R Us, which mothers against marijuana use would absolutely love. No, I'm kidding. Where'd you get that? Did you get that here?
Yeah, right after yesterday when you came in through the main gate, it was like 2 booths in on the right, and I've always seen people wearing them on like Instagram, and I've always wanted one, so I saw it and I was like, all right.
Dabs R Us. What else did you get? You got another shirt? Anything?
Well, I've got a bunch. I got one that says Puff Puff Passed Amendment 64.
Cool.
National 420. I went to Pharmaceuticals yesterday, and they hooked us up with free gear. That was cool.
That's cool.
Yeah. Got all kinds of cool dab tools and oil containers, and he just got me a Cashy Hyde shirt that I've wanted for a while now, so I'm excited about that.
The Cash Hyde Foundation down at the end of where we're at right now, like some booths down. Sam, Sam's chilling with us. Sam, you can get on anytime you want to. Sam, the intern. They don't work. Something happened with the mics. Did you break them?
No, but we had to disassemble and reassemble, so shivvy's always happen.
Did they work this morning? They worked earlier when they did your show.
Oh yeah, cut off.
He was cutting in and out. That's crazy. Lindsay's from New York. She's going to be helping us with the show. She came here to hang out. She's going to move. Oh yeah, we might as well talk about that. What did you? So what did you decide as far as your trip here? Are you going to be end up moving here? Or what's the deal?
Yeah, so we talked to my husband's mom last night, and she was like, obviously you can't just leave everything, because I have 2 cats that obviously from my Facebook, they're like my children.
They are. I mean, yeah.
We fly back to New York on the 24th, and then we talk to our landlord, and he's going to let us slide in the last 30 days, the 30-day notice. So hopefully by May 1st we'll be back.
That's cool, man. That's awesome. You guys are like,
excited.
I'm moving now. I cannot.
It's amazing.
I can't take it in New York no more. I like it here in Colorado. It's like the first day you decided that you had posted it up. You were like,
Yep.
all right, we're moving here. We're not leaving.
We literally were here for like 2 hours. We got off the plane, went to a head shop to get a pipe so we could smoke, and met this kid when I was confused by the meters. And ever since then, it's just been nothing but like good luck. And I just figure when it's like that, that's meant to be.
Yeah.
All our families are excited. I didn't think that was going to happen because it's so far away, but
They had to have known. I mean, if they knew you, they should have assumed that
yeah.
you were going to be out.
And they all know me well, so.
You're like, I'm out. Getting out of here. That's cool. And there's so many people that have moved here to Colorado that have started to be extremely successful in what we're trying to do here in this state. It's really, really awesome. I mean, there's going to be some serious multi-millionaires in our group of friends. I really am proud to watch this all unfold. Proud to be a part of this all. Proud to watch all my friends. And that goes without saying. I can't wait to be a huge, big part of it myself. I mean, I know that we're doing a big part here in John Doe Radio, but I want to be directly involved in the cannabis, the dispensing, making oil, growing, something like that, man. So that's what we're fighting for still. Make sure that we can keep people into that. I mean, if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. If we end up doing something else on the side, making another business, doing John Doe Radio the whole time, and that starts to make more and more money, we start to be carried on more and more stations. I think that, it's the one thing that we need to have is we need to have people pick us up and broadcast us on like satellite radio and, terrestrial radio. And this culture is exploding. It's of huge interest to everybody. And the only reason why they haven't wanted us on is because government pressure. They want to promote drug use. Government is going to start getting pissy. FARC the ONDCP. That crap we have to deal with.
Yep.
So that's cool. You guys are going to move here.
Yeah, definitely.
One other thing I have noticed quite a bit here at the Cannabis Cup, which I think is absolutely fantastic and awesome. Not just here at the Cannabis Cup have I noticed it, just all around, all in general, is that spandex pants have made their way back for chicks. I'm totally fine with that. Completely, 100% fine with that. I've seen more spandex pants and yoga pants on females, women, than I have ever seen ever in my entire life at this event.
It's funny because where I'm
Love
from, that's like what everybody wears. And
Really?
here I've been seeing like bell bottoms, and you just don't see that.
They're hippies.
Everybody wears that. And I just think that's cool.
I was trying to think if it was maybe I don't know, granola action that's here, of the people that like yoga, the yogis. But no, it's not necessarily the case, man. There are just a ton of. It's hugely noticeable.
Yeah.
Hugely noticeable. And then you got the chicks that are wearing almost nothing, the booty shorts.
Yeah.
That are walking around
yesterday-
passing stuff out.
Yesterday we were in the alley and they were walking by and it was starting to rain and you could like see these goosebumps and they're shaking with their trays and I was just like, these poor girls, they're not getting paid enough.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
That's what I said to Phil. I was like, you liked it, so don't even mind.
There's a girl over here handing out some stuff. She's got dreads and some blue and purple in her hair, blonde with a nose ring. Woo! She is a cutie. That's another thing. I mean, this culture brings everybody together, and I mean that's what I've been hearing a lot of my single friends talk about lately, about how much more attractive a toker stoner chick is than a non-toker. I invited a girl to come hang out this week with us here at the Cannabis Cup, And one of her response back to me was, it's probably better that I not come to an event like this because, a job, drug testing and stuff, which is completely ridiculously unfortunate. But I mean, that hits me right here.
Yep.
That's immediately, no matter how attractive you are, no matter how, and that goes for attractive both on the inside and the outside, it may make it difficult for me to be like, I don't know. But no matter how either side you view is attractive, your personality, I don't know how I can swing somebody that, can't go to cannabis events, can't hang out, can't toke.
That would suck.
How do I deal with that? That's 90% of my life, now.
Exactly.
It's becoming such a huge part of everything. It's what I want in my life. It's my culture. Why would I? It's not something that I hear people that are even at this event or they're hanging at the Hood Lab, and they, some guy that moved from Amsterdam to here, and talking about how he quits every 3 months or so just to prove to himself that he can or whatever like that. That's fine. That's fine if you prove to yourself that you don't need to toke or whatever. But it's already proven that you don't need to toke, that it's not this crazy, addictive, ridiculous thing, man. I still wake up in the mornings wanting to take shots of alcohol. I was so stressed this week and so tired this morning. I wanted to wake up this morning to drink. And that stuff still comes up. And then, I still have cravings to toke weed all the time, but it's nothing like the addiction that you get from that other side. So, it frustrates me when I hear people echo that. I don't like hearing that, but it's something that you do hear ever so often. It's like I'll stop and hear that, but it is part of our culture. It is something that we enjoy. It brings us together. Two people that don't. One person that doesn't toke, one person that does can work. But both of you all got to be cool with going to each other's events and all that. You got to be a really, really, really compatible couple for that situation to work out. I wish it wasn't like that, but it still really kind of is.
It's actually what bonded us. Like, if it wasn't for marijuana, I probably wouldn't be with my husband.
That's awesome. Is that because you have to deal with him? No, I'm kidding.
Little bit.
That's the issue with me is that ladies are like, you have to be a stoner with me, otherwise, because you need a break every now and then. I gotta go smoke. I can't take this anymore.
I'm assuming that's how he feels about me too.
That's great then. That's why you both are tokers. You guys take a little break here and be like, oh, I gotta go. That's interesting. More and more as this situation in Colorado unfolds with our friends and family, that's something that we notice. And by family, I mean our cannabis family, because they all are like family,
It really is. Everybody's just so nice and peaceful and friendly, and
people make mistakes and people can be able to make up for it. I did run into my first situation to where I didn't have an apology accepted yesterday.
Oh wow.
Which kind of sucked. I'm not gonna blast that. I won't throw that dirty laundry out on there. But it was a bumming experience, So you can't make up for everything. You just got to learn your lessons sometimes. But getting back to us as a community here and watching everybody grow up, I've had friends, for example, Elliot, that owns Pink House, which is a fantastic dispensary. Derek, former co-host here at the John Doe Radio Show, who right now is over at the extract panel inside the Expo giving a discussion on the extract. I really, really, really wanted to go over and check out Derek and his talk. Hopefully somebody's recording that. But where was I going with everything of that? You have Pink House. You have Elliot that owns Pink House. He has a family. He has kids. You have, and he's a big toker, a huge toker. He loves dabs. Dabbing is his thing. They're gonna flip over recreational and have a great time. But you have families involved in this, and that's a whole nother topic. We talk about having a girlfriend or a boyfriend that tokes. Having a family, and you own a dispensary, you have a business and all this. That's a whole nother obstacle to be able to jump through. And you have to be able to be involved in events like this, and having to find a babysitter possibly. Maybe worrying about how people are going to feel with bringing kids to events like this. This is not the event for a kid to be at. But there are events that we have, you know, that are not necessarily completely fully smoking events, you know, and they're events that, you know, are family-friendly events.
Well, that's nice, because just because you're a mom and you like to medicate doesn't mean you should be, like, ostracized.
There's still appropriate locations and appropriate situations that, you know, you put your family and your children in, and this is probably not one of those situations that you would put, you know, your children
Yeah, there's
in.
a whole lot of people. And
But that goes into play with what we were talking
everywhere.
about with smoking going on all over the place, open smoking. I mean, that's what we're talking about, you know, with people that are involved in this industry. That's something that is really difficult to manage sometimes, you know, is how you're going to be able to balance the real life atmosphere of what we've dealt with our entire life, being the real world, and then the atmosphere of our culture, which is completely, you know, running head first here in Colorado with the two. Yesterday on the news, after watching news stories on the situation that happened downtown, most of the news opened up talking about how it was this, you know, awesome, amazing, huge celebration of, you know, tens of thousands of people showing up to the park and enjoying themselves, having fun. You know, they played a couple interviews with people on the air. You know, people were very jovial and happy, and, you know, it's happy 420. You know, I mean, it is our holiday. I really, honestly, my whole full heart is in 420. It is our holiday to be peaceful with. And these, you know, the news opened up, and they had great coverage of it, you know, of how talking about how it was this peaceful event, and maybe it was the angle that they were taking and covering it, you know, being like there was this amazing, jovial event that turned into this ridiculous situation where somebody, you know, had to go and try and ruin it. Maybe that's what they were playing a little bit, but that's what I noticed is that, you know, they had talked about how it was fun and people were having a good time, and then all of a sudden, you know, this event is just rocked by these shots ringing out and people running all over the place.
I'm actually kind of glad yesterday was so busy, because we were going to go to Capitol Hill for that, and we decided not to because we were in line when it would have started. So
there was a helicopter over the top of it filming the whole park, and you could see, like, there's the Civic Center Park, the amphitheater that's right there, the Greek amphitheater, I'm pretty sure that's what it's called, right there, and the stage. And to the left of the stage, as you're looking at it, up and outside of the stage area is where it was, the shooting was. You could just see it from over the top, and the helicopter that was shooting down, that was, you know, the camera was angled down, and you just see, you know, where the epicenter of everything happened, because everybody just scrambles.
I saw that last
It was
night
like
on
ants,
Facebook.
like
It was crazy.
Ants like flying away from an anthill, you know, like as if you set something down on it.
It just makes me sad, like, stuff like that will end up ruining it and making it so they won't want stuff like this when it's a celebration of our freedom and what
Today canceled.
That's just sad.
It is, and I mean that's probably why a ton of people here today. I mean, more and more people showing up. It looks like here, deciding not to go down.
Every time I turn around, it's more and more full.
And yesterday it could have rained. I mean, it really could have, and it did a little bit. It was like a little bit of sprinkles. Luckily, it didn't pour or anything like that, because it would have just turned into a disaster. Would have hated to have it rain and pour on everything. But today, I mean, there's clouds overhead. It looks slightly weatherish, but not too bad. Everybody having fun here. Huge turnout.
I see smiles everywhere. That makes me feel good.
I see spandex pants everywhere. I love. It's like my thing here lately. Hey, I'm single, enjoying the event, people watching. The stoner chicks are out in force. We were talking about that here a minute ago. Hanging out at the High Times Cannabis Cup with our good friend here, Lindsay from New York. She doesn't want to talk about spandex pants with me. That's okay.
I'll talk about them. See, cool. You get to look. You don't have to put them on. They're hard to get on and off. You have to, like... it's horrible.
You get one foot in and you can't get it in, and it's all stretched out.
You can barely get it around your ankle.
And it like shoots across the room. That's awesome. Awesome. I'm sorry. No, that's it's just interesting to watch how many people are here in the eclectic group of folks. We're inside the medication area, which I don't really get. I don't get this whole medicating recreational area. There's just less people that are really allowed to come over and hang out with us the way I see it.
Yeah, they weren't. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have been able to come talk and hang out.
I know I had to go pull you over in here. You have to have a medical card to be in this area. There's a guy, I mean, it's the heaviest security at the door that I've seen almost anywhere. That guy's like, I mean, you can't get in here if you don't have a red wristband. It sort of feels elite to be in this location. And then, like, right on the other side of the fence, 5 feet away from us is the recreational area. I mean, everybody's over there. And there's no difference. The only difference is you have to have a medical card to get in this area. There's no special nothing.
Yeah, I noticed that. I thought you'd be able to, like, buy edibles or shit like that, but apparently you can't, so.
I think there might be the difference between this area and that area is there's, like, you're supposed to be able to maybe dispense, or you're not dispense here, which, I mean, it's illegal for dispensary. You know, there's rules that are crazy. Like, I don't really quite understand the situation. But there is 2 different areas right now. And there's also another medical area, if everybody's familiar. If you were here last year, not everybody's familiar, but if you were here last year and you are familiar with how everything went down, there's another building back there, the warehouse building, where all the medicating was going down last year. That's open. You have to have a card to get in that area. The main Exto area building is open. Not really supposed to smoke in that area, but people are pretty much blazing up like a mofo everywhere. This is Jeremy over there from Top Shelf Extracts walking around. There's Mike Hyde from the Cash Hyde Foundation walking by in front of us. People selling shirts, music jamming. I'm thankful for the DJ that we got across the way from us. Otherwise, we wouldn't have a whole lot of music around us. A lot of the time, even he's playing, you know, like a live music on the vinyls, and it sounds actually like there is a band right next to us.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Not right now.
No. Well, this is like disco, that's why.
YouTube's gonna end up flagging our videos here because it's overhearing everything. Copyrighted outdoor video action going on. Going into our second hour of broadcast here on the John Doe Radio Show, live from the Cannabis Cup in Denver at the Exto Event Center, happening April 20th and 21st. Big thanks to our sponsors that make this show happen every single day, Monday through Friday on iCannabisRadio.com. Big thanks to Evo Lab and Element 420. The guys here have a massive booth over with Big Buddha Seeds. If you get a chance and you haven't yet, I don't know why you haven't tried and you're a medical card holder here in Colorado. Soon, at the beginning of the year, I'm sure going to be able to get it if you're not a medical card holder, the CO2 extract. Check them out, elementfour.com. Or wait, scratch that. Elementfour20.com. Elementfour20.com. You got some bud there? Hand it to you. So you just walk around and you shall receive.
You got seeds.
Oh, you got seeds. What kind of seeds are those?
Great Ghost Diesel.
Great.
Yum.
Great.
Oh, there's 3 in there. That's badass.
Great Ghost Diesel.
You got bug too.
From what seed company?
Dank Labs.
From Dank Labs. I've seen Sin Seeds. Seen the Cali Connection here. Obviously, we've seen Rare Dankness. The homies Scott Dredd over there with Rare Dankness. I got to get one of those Rare Dankness hats that they have. They're freaking awesome.
I got to go over there to get their hoodie.
You're going to go get a hoodie? I got a shirt, one of their shirts that they got that all the employees are wearing today, which is cool. Scott and Rare Dankness coming up with some cool stuff. I got a Adam Hand. Finally, Bike shows up.
Bike! I think he got lost.
Finally, he shows up. What are you wearing a Pink House shirt for? It's good to finally see you here, dude. And then mics don't work over there. You may have to hijack it from Lindsay.
That's all right. I'll come over there.
You can come over here and hang out with us. Go ahead and grab that mic over there, Ronnie. All right. I'll let Bike get that mic put together. And he can explain to us where the hell he's been. Tons of vendors out there. As I showed you guys, we got an awesome new piece here at the John Doe Radio Show. It's a nice little Hitman Phase 2 piece, which rocks. Where the hell you been?
I don't know. Can you hear me? There we go.
You're an hour late.
You know what?
It's all right.
Aaron Lopez grabbed me right there and said, "Oh, Tim went on the air an hour ago." And then on my way here, someone said, "Tim's looking for you." And I'm like, "My phone hasn't rang."
I didn't ring your phone.
Oh.
You should have checked your Facebook.
My Facebook, it didn't ring either, so I apologize. How you doing?
Doing good. Good to finally see you. How you having a good time here?
This is perfect because I needed to find a seat because what's up?
I just need to turn everything up around you for you to talk loud from now on because now you got the good voice going on.
How you doing? That sounds all right.
That's cool. So you having fun? Where are you at today?
Today, it started off, I was going to go over to the Essential Extracts booth and help Nick out for a bit. Turns out he didn't need me over there, so I just, when I was over at TC Labs, dabbing over there with Terpex, I went over to Big Buddha. Where the hell was I? I was over with the Raw guy for a bit. We got something to eat. Was on my way, I was going to get a coffee or a Red Bull or something, and then Aaron said, oh, yeah, Tim's looking for you, so here I am.
All right, good. You're locked up for the next hour then.
I'm golden. I need a seat for an hour, so this is perfect.
So tell us more about the Cup, your experience.
Let's see.
You talk now. You take it over. I've been talking for an hour.
I saw a couple of edible entries and got a little nervous just because.
He's nervous.
No, I mean, I'm trying not to think about it, but we're being judged on the packaging, and these guys must have went right to Willy Wonka or something.
That mic doesn't work.
And had their
they both broke for some reason at the same time. Go ahead.
This guy, whoever, I think it was the Bang Bar. They entered like a
Bang Chocolates.
Yeah, their entry. I mean, the packaging just looked so pro, and they're gonna get some points on that for sure.
You're scared of the packaging, dude?
I'm not scared. I wasn't really thinking about it at all. But we didn't know we were gonna be judged on packaging until literally the last day with hours to go before the entry had to be turned in. So Melanie came up with something I thought was pretty cool.
What was the packaging?
Oh, just a little graphic she did describing everything.
You have any with you?
I don't, but you saw some. I gave you one. Gave you one.
The
that
suckers
next,
or
that
the
next
caramels?
The caramel.
Oh, the caramels are cool. Yeah, I like the caramels. Theirs are really good.
We came with I don't know, like 100 caramel, 100 bacon maple suckers and a bunch of caramels, and they all were gone in hours. Just nice. Had to open it up. So what have you been doing? I haven't even seen you since yesterday.
I've been running around at just running around, trying to get through all this big crowd.
The crowd is ridiculous. Yesterday, maybe an hour before it ended, it started to thin out really fast. But I got here pretty much right when it opened today. It was dead just because the line around the block was where all the people were. But they're all inside now for sure. There's still a bit of a line. I was just outside looking. People are still trying to get in. And I don't know, did you check out the dab panel or any of the speakers going on at all?
I was over here for the dab panel. I didn't get to make it over there.
Right on.
What about you?
I didn't get to see that either. Who did you get this from?
Hitman.
From Hitman, right on.
Yeah, Dougie hooked it up. Dougie taking care.
What oil have you been smoking?
What oil have I been smoking?
Yeah.
What is that? The Canaplex tolerance reducer. Formulated with ingredients shown to modulate the cannabinoid system, allowing increased THC affinity and CB1 receptor interactions while promoting proper lung function and respiratory health.
Canaplex.
It's got mangoes and hops. Mango and hops is like the #1 ingredient in this thing. That's interesting. Mango hops.
Sounds like a beer so far.
Canaplex, an advanced cannabis complement. How big are these pills? I wonder if they settle well.
What do? You take one and next time you smoke you get higher?
Tolerance pills.
It's about time.
Dude, there's those all week there's been like shots, like cannabis like tolerance shots over there at the lab.
What do you mean?
That cannabis tolerance shots, the same exact thing that those pretty much are.
But in liquid form?
Yeah, they're like energy drinks, but the opposite.
Wow.
Sort of. Couch lock is what they're called.
Oh, we have one of those in the bag here. I almost just drank one because I thought it was an energy drink, but I looked at it quick, and like the first ingredient is like kava or something that's gonna make me fall asleep.
Tryptamine.
Yes, tryptophane or whatever the hell
Tryptamine.
it is. Yes. The stuff that's in turkey.
Exactly.
Tryptophan.
Tryptamine too. I don't know.
I don't either.
So what else? Yeah, what did you check out?
I think I've seen everything. Went into the medical area, which just seems a lot different than last year.
What do you mean a lot different?
Well, I don't know. That's where I pretty much spent. This is just a whole different event compared to last year. It's 3 times the size as far as area and people at least.
At least 3 times the
And
size.
everyone was in the medicating area, the medical area last year. This year, it didn't seem like there were a ton of people in there. It was a good amount of people, but not a ton.
There were a ton of people in there for sure. I mean,
in the medical area?
Yeah, dude, it's packed everywhere you go for sure. I can't believe how many people are everywhere. I mean, you go to the medical area, it's wall to wall. You go to the roadways, it's shoulder to shoulder. You go here, it's pretty shoulder. This is like the only place where it's not packed.
Seriously, this is a little show right here.
I know it's like
What
the chillest
is this
place because we
right
got
here?
the medical.
What is this road?
It's the medical
Okay.
medical card.
Or this gray bracelet.
Yeah.
Which one do you have?
I have a press pass.
Let me see it.
It's just blue.
Oh, I didn't see the blue one.
Just blue.
Obviously, that works to get into the medical area.
No, it didn't work. I had to go get a red badge.
Oh. Did you see
a red one?
Did you see the chocolate fountains with medicated chocolate, medicated peanut butter?
No, I heard about it, but that doesn't sound something that. I mean, it sounds fantastic.
Sounds like something I'd like to look at. I don't know if I'd want to get involved.
Do they have skee ball over there?
Weed ball.
Nice. Dispensary skeet ball. Holly's got a shirt on here. It's an ice cream cone Bud shirt.
Tasty medicine.
It's an ice cream cone with Bud as the ice cream, which is beautiful. Love it. I like your tattoo also. I know I haven't seen your tattoo be done or I haven't seen that in a while. Yeah. Well, I'll come over later after we're done with the show here. Holly G. She does a show for a local radio station, KGNU. They do the Counterculture show. It's a pretty cool show. We're going to be doing rebroadcasting of that, I think, here soon.
Right on.
Which is sweet.
What oil have you tried so far?
I don't know. There's like too many to list. Dude.
What?
Way too many to list.
There's definitely oil that stands out.
I really don't not paying attention that much to.
I saw some stuff.
I like quality of oil.
Sure.
Hi, ladies. How are you guys? It's fantastic. You're what? But yeah, how did you get in here then? What wristband are you sad you don't have? Oh, but you're in here though. You just snuck in here. I know. This is way better. You can come over and take some hits here later. You can come over and take some hits with us here a little bit later. That's one thing I'm enjoying myself here today. I'm going to sit back and relax a little bit more. I've had a stressful damn week. I'm enjoying all the yoga pants around.
There's a lot of yoga pants.
There is a crazy abundance of yoga pants. We talked about that for like 15 minutes here with Lindsay here a minute ago.
Oh.
What is it with this? I mean, what is it? Is it just they're in style here lately? Or, I mean, is it just me?
Oh, are you just noticing them? Or just
I don't know.
today?
I mean, I know I'm just noticing it. It's not just today.
Okay.
I've just noticed it as like
just because there's more people here today.
As a culture as a whole, I just know more ladies are wearing yoga pants. Look at she's got like a necklace around her leg, like
I don't even see it.
gold. It's because it's.
Oh yes, I see it now. Is it piercing?
No, it's just hooked onto her jeans. It looks like.
Oh okay, yes,
that's interesting right there.
Trippy. It's different.
It's cool to. I mean, that's one great thing about these events is you get to sit and watch people watch, and nothing puts me in a better mood than
Rob Corry
than
going
yoga
by.
pants. Hey, there is Rob Corry. Actually, here, hold on.
Yes. Tim's going to go grab Rob Corry real quick because he just ran by. And we got pretty good seats here. So maybe you can see me picking my nose on camera. I'm not sure if we're on camera. But, yeah, Tim's grabbing Rob Corry, who is an attorney here in town. If you all don't know, here they come. And I'm going to stand up and smoke when they come back because I don't really know what they're going to get into. So here comes Tim. I wish I had my computer so I could see if anyone's actually listening right now. That would be cool, but let me stand up here.
Let's sit down and talk about it, if that's cool. I got Rob Corry here. Rob Corry, lawyer over here at the Cannabis Cup, and also was lawyer over there at Civic Center Park yesterday with the rally that went down and the craziness, the gunshots. And we'll talk with him about that here in just a second. Get his take on it and everything that happened. He was right there in the middle of everything. And, I mean, I'm sure it was just an absolutely ridiculously scary situation to be a part of. I can't imagine, like, the craziness that went down. We do have a pretty sweet spot here. Ladies and gentlemen, Rob Corry here hanging out with us on the John Doe Radio Show on iCannabis Radio.
Hello, hello. Good to be here. Happy 421.
Yes, big time happy 421. Yesterday was a great day here. It's a great day here again today. I wish that, you know, I was absolutely hugely jovial with you right now, but I mean, we got a serious topic to talk about right off the bat, and that's the situation that happened yesterday. We talked about it a little bit earlier, but it's nice to have somebody that was there. I mean, one of the lead guys in all this is you. I mean, you're one of the head organizers of all this situation and one of the head people involved. What was it? I mean, what happened? What's the craziness?
Well, it was a big downer. I mean, basically what happened was, and I'm getting most of my information from the media because I was out back in a bus doing a interview for a documentary when the whole thing went down, so I didn't see or hear any of it. But what I understand from walking out there right afterwards is these two gang members basically tried to shoot at each other and shot these other 2 or 3 people that are there. None of them have serious injuries, but
it's just people that had nothing to do with the argument, just randomly. So it was 2 people shooting to one person?
That's what I heard, but, you know, again, we don't know everything probably. And I've also heard that there's no arrest that's been made, which is concerning.
Yes. Denver police haven't I mean, this is multiple times now that there's been situations lately where they haven't made a arrest.
Yeah,
you know?
well, you've got the notorious murder of Ken Gorman, which is
still unsolved completely.
Unsolved, and they had leads, but, you know, whatever. This situation, they must have some leads. I mean, there must be pictures and video in this day and age. Everyone's filming everything, so.
There was a helicopter over the scene that was filming the whole, I mean, a broad overview from everything.
Yeah.
And, I mean, you saw it as everything happened. I mean, people just scattered. And, you know, my biggest concern when I heard about it was, you know, first of all, obviously, you know, I hope that, you know, nobody we know is hurt. We hope that, you know, nobody, period, was hurt, but you know, we know so many people that are down there. And the second thing I thought of, because I've been involved in so many large events, is the crowd rush. You know, after that, I mean, that could have been more damaging than the actual shooting.
It could have been. People were running at full tilt. You know, thousands of people, obviously, and miraculously, I don't think there were any injuries from that. I think the only injuries were directly from gunshots. And the other positive side of it, to try to put some positive spin on it.
Yes, we need to, because I mean, it doesn't represent anything of our community.
Well,
it's just this is something that culture we have downtown in that area needs to get fixed and solved, because I mean, there's so many homeless people. It is there is a serious issue that needs to be addressed.
There is. But a lot of people were worried that, you know, the cannabis movement or the 420 movement would be blamed for this.
Yeah.
And I have not seen that.
I haven't
seen anyone in the media saying that, like, oh, serves you right, because, you know, that would be ludicrous, and we were worried about that.
Yeah.
But that would be like blaming marathon runners for the Boston Marathon bombing. I mean, obviously, we're the victims, not the perpetrators of this.
Yeah. Incredibly disheartening, though, for something like that to happen. I mean,
yeah, it really did put a bad spin on what was otherwise a really good day. I mean, we had a record number, I think. I think the speeches were right on, and it was, you know, it just seemed like an overwhelmingly positive event. And it still was. I mean, you know, people still say good things about it. It's just
I bet.
That one little thing at the end. And, I mean, thank God nobody's seriously hurt or dead, you know. That would be tragic.
Yeah.
And that's your first thought. But, you know, now that we know the victims are probably all right, then you move on to
injuries.
How do we solve this, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Move forward.
And and the event was canceled today. There was supposed to be a 2-day event, and canceled it today, which is, I understand why it was canceled, but it's frustrating that events like this have to happen, and then we are left with, you know, having to dig out. And we
canceled half of our event through no fault of our own. I mean, let's get that absolutely straight. I mean, the people that did this have zero affiliation with our movement and our organization, as far as we know. And but we went ahead and canceled. You know, the city asked us to do that. We were.
They did. The city came and asked you guys to do it.
And we hadn't made a decision yet, and we just decided, you know, there may not be that many people showing up today. People might be scared. They asked us to. We didn't want to do anything to infringe on the crime scene, although I was over there this morning surveying it, and the police are all gone. Everything's taken down. But you know, it's just one of those things. We just have to deal with it and move on as a movement.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you see the leaders in our movement and the media in our movement posting up things like, you know, let this not be a representative of who we are. And it's not. It's not
at all.
I didn't even really want to talk about it. It's just something that's just such a huge, big deal that was made a big deal by other people. So I mean, but otherwise, I mean, the event successful. I saw up at Boulder. This year, it was the second year that they closed down the campus to anyone but students up at Boulder. You're the lawyer that everybody talks about in the news. God, spandex pants, dude. I'm just ridiculous. And you can plead the fifth in this situation, but today I'm like, oh my goodness. You're the lawyer up there.
Yeah, I love pot culture.
I do love pot culture. It's getting more and more awesome either.
It's just freedom, man. It's just all about freedom.
It is, and everybody's peaceful. The 420 event that usually happens up in Boulder was becoming quite a big event, and this year, looked like nobody really went up there. You had threatened to sue the CU campus.
Well, we did sue last year.
Sued last year.
Unfortunately, we didn't get our preliminary injunction, which was a setback. And, you know, this year we opted, it was on a Saturday. As far as I could tell, there wasn't really a big grassroots movement among the students anyway.
Yeah.
I couldn't find a plaintiff who was willing to fill out the application and all that. So, you know, we just opted to not do that lawsuit this year.
Yeah.
And
I mean, I kind of understand. Like, I mean, I'm okay with the idea of having everything moved from there to here.
Well,
I mean,
it's unfortunate that
it is
free speech was trampled on by CU, the university, which ought to stand for free speech, you know. But, I mean, I guess they get their way, you know. I guess they'll eradicate the 420 celebration, and
that's the part that is frustrating. I mean, I guess you could say both the free speech part is great and the instigating, you know. I mean, that's one thing. The only reason why I'm sort of okay with it being moved from there to here is that, you know, it's just not something else that we have that's poking, you know, the people that aren't enjoying us in the side.
I'm a big fan of going where you're wanted, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
And Denver obviously wants us here. I mean, obviously Denver's making millions from this event.
Oh,
There's
huge.
no question.
Yeah, it's huge.
And, you know, we're wanted here, and CU just never wanted us there. They resented us, so that's fine. You win, CU, and they did win. I mean, they got rid of 420, which is too bad.
Yeah.
But that's a victory for them, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And we're having fun this weekend. I mean, so you think everything's going successful besides those events?
Oh yeah, this event is completely. I mean, it's gone on without a hitch. There's been no legal issues, and you know, let's face it, there are pounds and pounds of cannabis being brought into and out of and freely exchanged at this event. And I'm general counsel to it. And as far as I know, zero legal consequences whatsoever. No problems with the venue. No problems with the neighbors. I mean, we just put 16,000 people, a sellout crowd, in this small city block, and with no problems. And that's pretty remarkable if you think about it.
Yeah. I've heard there you know, have been complaints from local residents, but I mean the police are, I think, pretty much, you know, telling them to deal with it because this is something that's going to be happening.
I haven't heard anything to rise to a legal concern. If they wanted to,
we did the other night though at the Hood Lab. We did have the police show up twice, but that was after midnight. I mean, no real big issues at all. They didn't even care about any weed being smoked. I mean. There's like
they shouldn't. I mean, this event, there's free consumption everywhere. You know.
I mean, there was 2-3 people smoking right in front of the police yesterday.
It smells like freedom. That's what we wanted. You know, it should be allowed to smoke it.
I'm surprised there's not more smoking going on. Everybody's too busy swimming through everybody that they can't.
There's only so much you can smoke in a day. I mean, these days.
Well, you know, generally we would have these little, we were talking about this earlier, generally we would have these little stoner circles, you know, that pop up around, and there's too many people for there to be circles.
This entire party is one big stoner circle now.
It is.
We're not marginalized anymore. We're the mainstream,
and
at least at this.
And here in Denver, when you said that, you know, the city is accepting of it, I mean, it really, honestly, they are accepting of this situation. Nobody's freaking out. You could have serious issues with the police coming in, trying to, you know, shut things down. They could have came in the other night at Hood Lab, stormed in, you know, with 10, 15 police officers, went right to the sound booth, told the sound guy to unplug it, you know, told everybody to leave.
Yeah.
But none of that happened. Nobody said anything about cannabis. I mean, this is something that in so many situations, from the Rockies game that we went to a couple weeks ago, we were Dredd and I, you know, we lit up in the smoky section of the Rockies, and I mean, maybe not the most couth thing to do, but it was still a situation. There wasn't a lot of people around.
Was it fine? No problems?
No real problems. Somebody did come up to us, the ushers, and say, we don't allow marijuana smoking here. Didn't freak out about kicking us out.
That's
didn't
cool.
bring police over. Nothing. Actually let Dredd finish smoking his blunt and they sat there and talked with us, and then walked away before he got finished.
That's
so
good. That's progress.
it's becoming something here in this city that is normal, you know, and lawyers, attorneys like yourself, you know. I mean, we obviously big fans of Warren Edson, Mayton, and Matt's. You know, where we over broadcast over from at iCannabis Radio from their offices. Rob Corry, you defended me in 2007 in my felony case, and people like you and Warren and Sean and all these lawyers that have been leads in our culture here, and especially big thanks to you, because I mean, you guys have helped us be the point of the spear to push through everything and voiced your opinions of how this should be freedom and we should be allowed to do this. And it's given a lot of gusto to everybody, man, and we really appreciate that.
It's an honor to be able to work in this field. I enjoy it. I enjoy the people. I enjoy being part of something that's fresh and new. I mean, we're writing the laws as we speak, you know.
And I mean, literally, the laws are being written as
every
we
day.
speak.
Right now, it changes every day. I mean,
the legislature may be taking a Sunday off, but
I wish they'd take more time off. I wish they would do less. I mean, they don't need to do half of what they do. But
how do you think that the situation with Amendment 64 is going to play out here in the coming year? You think the Department of Revenue is probably going to make a ton of rules themselves with it, but I mean, what are some of your concerns?
It's a mixed bag. I mean, at this point, the latest proposal is no more vertical integration, which is a good thing. You can have independent wholesale growers, which we had and did very well with. But then there are some other irrational things, like the prohibition on felons from becoming licensed. That's ridiculous.
Well, is it just felons from being licensed owners?
Yeah,
that's what it is. It's like 10 years after your paper or your thing you can become
an owner. And that's stupid. And then you can't have out-of-state investors in a business. I mean, that's a nearly impossible way to run a business. You know, you can't have someone invest in your business who's not from the state.
And that hurdle would help us get to the point to where we would be able to break into, not literally, but figuratively, we'd be able to break into the banks, you know, and be able to have them on our side. I mean, if we were allowed to have more investment from outside, the banks would be more comfortable.
Banks ought to be giving us loans and at a minimum, let us open a checking account.
They're going to be sorry. I mean, they exactly.
Some are,
I mean, they're going to be.
Some don't care, like the big, huge banks. I mean, they've got billions. They don't need our little industry, but some credit unions or smaller banks could do well.
Yeah, they could. I mean, it could be huge. I mean, I at some point in time, if they hold us off enough, I mean, this industry is going to form their own credit union if you know, things don't get.
Yep. There are a lot of people working on that. It's a challenge, but
it is.
It'd be good to get that done.
You've got to have a ton of members for a credit union to start.
Yeah.
So. I don't know. It's fantastic. We're having a great time talking with Rob Corry here. You're the lead counsel in this whole event, correct?
Yep.
Yeah, you're lead counsel in this whole event. One of the lead counsel's lead organizers down at the 420 event, keynote speaker down there. How did the keynote speech go? Because all this happened after 420.
I thought it was good. I enjoyed giving the speech. I could tell the crowd liked it. It had the whole gathering had a slightly different feel to it. You know, obviously leading up to the tragedy, but I mean, it felt legal. You know, it was our first 420 after Amendment 64 is law. So.
That's cool, man. Was there? I mean, how many people compared to last year?
It seemed bigger. It seemed to go all the way. I mean, it was solid people standing up on the stage in every direction. Like you could not see any unoccupied ground in Civic Center Park.
Awesome. I can't wait to see. I think Kim Sidwell was probably down there taking pictures.
Yeah, I saw her there. She took a bunch of photos.
I can't wait to see her pictures of the event. A lot of the times she tries to do a time lapse. I don't think she got to do that this year. But the time lapse was really cool.
Yeah,
I mean,
that'll be good to see.
At 420, you just see, I mean, not only a billow of smoke pop up, just everybody just coming into the park, and it's really cool. It's really cool that we're going to be this epicenter of cannabis culture here very, very, very soon, if not already. The rest of the world going to be traveling here. Tourism is going to be huge. I mean, it's you got a grin right now. Look at you.
It's good for Colorado. I mean, anybody who thinks it isn't is just an idiot. I mean,
yeah,
getting a bunch of people to come here and spend money, buy our cannabis, pay taxes. I mean,
you know what else is exciting is that you have friends that have these big companies. I mean, relatively big for right now, but they've there's TH Seeds, there's Rare Dankness as far as seed companies go, and then you have other dispensaries, bigger dispensaries. You know, the Clinic, Evo Labs, and Element 420, Compassionate Pain Management. You know, a couple of our sponsors. When everything flips over to recreational, these places are going to just absolutely explode and be
no question
leaders throughout the country. I mean, they're going to be bringing their products all over once states start to unfold.
Yeah, eventually. I mean, the market is going to be 10 times as big for recreational as it is for medical. I mean, I think we all know that.
They're talking about like $16 to $19 billion a year industry.
You're not limited to red card holders. Any 21-year-old you can. I mean, that's commerce. That's freedom.
It's funny because you have people that are showing up here from out of state and they're bummed that they can't buy.
I know.
They may have not understood the news or anything. They're bummed.
I would assume they can obtain it though.
That's what I kept telling everybody.
If you can't score at this event, you're in trouble.
You need to just stop smoking. Yeah. That's what I've said here is like the requirements for a Colorado stoner from this point in time is you have to be able to produce a smoking device, flame, something that actually smokes.
Within 7.3 seconds.
Exactly. And it's usually the torch that becomes the issue now.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I have a pipe, I have weed I could put into the pipe, I have a lighter maybe, but now it's like everybody carries around their rigs.
I know.
And it's like, who's got the torch?
The rigs. It is getting more sophisticated.
It is.
And that's good. That's how it should be, you know?
And then when you walk into this event, there's a sign at the front that that says "Dab responsibly."
I know.
Obviously, dabbing has caught on huge. I hated that word at first.
I didn't. Yeah, I had the privilege of writing the rules for dabbing for this event, and the rules that I wrote that aren't. I don't think they're being followed, but if
some people are, they've made it a fun game.
Yeah, if somebody's amateur dabber, you have to have a chair and you have to observe them like right after they dab for the first 5 to 10 seconds so they don't pass out.
There's some helmets around here that are pretty creative, dude. There's people that have made helmets that are pretty damn creative.
That's cool. So that was part of the rule, and then you have to have water on hand for the dabbers,
which is a great rule anyway for this whole situation.
Yeah, and I'm glad that God's on our side. The temperature's perfect, because like if it were really hot, that could be a problem, heat stroke and all that.
It really turned from a crappy weather week into really not a bad time at all.
This is perfect. I mean, the rain yesterday was a little bit of a damper after the shooting, so.
It didn't really rain here, though, at all. It sprinkled a little bit.
It was just a mist over at the rally.
Yep, and I mean, that wasn't even bad, and that held off till the end of everything here. I mean, honestly, it was amazing that the weather turned out to be as fantastic.
It's Colorado, though. I mean, this is perfect.
Yeah, exactly. I thought for a minute it might start to rain here earlier, but then it kind of went away, and we got a nice cloud cover going on. Earlier it was like hot. I'm like, I way overdressed for this situation.
You have a nice palatial tent here, though. You're pretty set up.
We do. It is pretty awesome. The only thing that tell me here, you'll be able to answer this for us. What is the difference between the area that we're in and the recreational area? We're in this medical area right at the entrance, and how come people? I mean, why is there a difference in everything?
Well, that's a good question.
I mean, I know it's semantics. It's probably rules and keeping.
I think we probably wanted. Just if patients really wanted to be separate and medicate on their own, we wanted to give them at least that theoretical option. But let's face it, this entire event is smoker friendly,
but they are being pretty secure at the medication door. I mean, you got to have a red card and a red armband to get into this area. So I'm feeling pretty elite here in this situation.
That's right.
Have you got to hang out with? I know you got to take off here in a minute, but last question here is: have you hung out with any celebrities here?
Yeah. I had. I started my own show. I'll get a little plug in there.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. We were gonna throw that in there, man.
DenverOpenMedia.org. I have a TV show every other Wednesday. It's live on Comcast channel 56 and 57, Denver cable.
Nice.
And I had on my show a couple national celebrity level guests like Bobby Black and Danny Danko from High Times Magazine.
Nice.
And then I had Miguel on there because obviously this is the biggest week of his life every year.
How's he doing after yesterday? Is he doing all right? Is the organizer of the 420
He's pretty shaken
round?
up, man. It was tough for him, you know.
He was
really
already had a ton of pressure on him.
Yeah, it's a tough day for him, and then to see his event end in that fashion was very tough. But you know, then I saw him this morning, and he's doing a lot better.
That's good.
Pretty upbeat. So
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, he looked good. And
cool.
He was back to running the thing, and you know, he and I did cancel it, like I said, after we talked to the city. But yeah, so I had Bobby Black and Danny Danko. They were good guests.
Cool.
You know,
I saw them both earlier walking around here, obviously.
I've seen a lot of the High Times people. I mean, some of those people are famous in their own right. That magazine has a quite amazing storied history.
It's getting even bigger. I mean, as this event is going to get bigger and events in other states get bigger, I mean, Seattle, and I mean, it's still going to have a cup in Seattle, and it's going to be wow. I mean, is what it is. I mean, just wow.
Yeah.
So CNN yesterday.
It's a good time to be alive.
Yeah, exactly. We were filming with CNN yesterday here.
Oh, cool.
So that was cool.
Yeah, it seems like it'll be you know, pretty good media portrayal this event. I think it'll be positive.
We got Willy Wonka with the.
I mean, it's a fun event, and it'll appear to be fun on TV too.
And I think everybody's gonna be like, "Wow, this is going over so successfully. I'm gonna come here next year." You know, I mean, it's huge.
We might need a bigger venue.
That's what
maybe we could do it at Sports Authority Field next year.
That's what I was thinking, man. Sports Authority Field, that would be a fantastic spot for it. You know, Dick's Sporting Good Park over there would be maybe another.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
They got all those
Coors Field.
It would.
That's where it should be.
It should, man. At Coors Field, the Cannabis Cup at Coors Field.
Yeah, rename it Cannabis Field for the day.
High Times.
Rename it after a less harmful drug than Coors.
You know what's crazy is this was I mean, you mentioned the less harmful drug, man. The last time I had sort of an interesting conversation with the police, man. I mean, they were hard asses arguing that, you know, that cannabis. I mean, it was one of the first group of police officers that I've seen that were a pain in the ass. And I don't know if it's because, you know, they're trying to just push back against the movement or whatever, but I mean, talking about dangerous marijuana and it rots your brain, and it's the first time in a long time I've heard any of that stoner reefer madness.
Yeah, and usually the cops in Denver, especially, they've been very reasonable. I mean, I will commend them. You know, they were pretty restrained during the 420 rally, and obviously they leaped into action right away. And
a lot of arrests, or any arrests.
A little disappointed they haven't caught the suspect, but that might not be their fault entirely. But they've been good to us. This event, no problems from the cops at all.
I haven't even seen a police officer in here.
Yeah, I haven't either. And well, they're not allowed unless they buy a ticket. I mean, this is a private ticketed event.
That's what I figured. I figured. We got our own security here.
Yeah,
They're doing
if
a great job.
they want to come in, you know, they'll need a ticket just like anyone else, or a search warrant, which they won't get because marijuana is not probable cause anymore.
Hey, also, I mean, have you heard anything about the DUID situation? That, I mean, not necessarily here in Colorado, but the other day there was a ruling by the Supreme Court.
Yeah, that was a very positive ruling. It makes it more difficult for the government to draw your blood involuntarily, you know, without a warrant. So that's a positive precedent. But this DUID bill is going to hearing tomorrow in the state legislature, and you know, we should try to make the fourth time a charm too, and try to stop this bill. It's a little better, slightly better than the previous iterations of it, but
you're still guilty until proven innocent, though.
That's exactly what it is.
Which is not the American way. I mean, that's
not at all.
I mean, our system is supposed to be.
You're on the total defensive going into court, you know?
Should not be how it is. Wait, so is that Supreme Court ruling going to have anything to do with the bill?
Yeah, it'll help. It'll help
the
situation here. Make it a little tougher for the government vampire to suck your blood. I mean, it is pretty intrusive to have a needle stick in you by the government to suck your blood, man.
Yeah.
And finally, the Supreme Court realized that. You know, in the past, this precedent was always, well, a driver's license is a privilege, not a right, so we can basically do whatever we want to you.
Yeah.
And
look at Mitch from Incredible. He just got stopped at the door. That's how great the security is working. I mean, they will not let you in here if you do not have a wristband.
Indeed.
That's cool.
All right.
All right, man. You got to bounce out here.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out, but thanks so much for having me on.
Appreciate it a ton. Thank you very much for the successful event, and also thanks for taking care of stuff yesterday too. I know it was probably a stressful evening and day yesterday. So
yeah, and thank you for all your activism over the years, man.
We do, man. Like you said, this community is just amazing. The cannabis culture is just awesome to be a part of. I wouldn't rather be a part of anything else, man.
I know. I've met some of the best people in my life through marijuana.
Yep. And we're gonna
it's
just
a good thing.
We're gonna spread from here on out, man.
I know. No kidding.
Sweet.
In
Well,
a good way.
Have yourself a fun time today,
All right,
and
man.
yeah, you be safe, and yeah, man.
Good talking to you.
You're a star today too. Thank you, Rob Corry, lawyer here in Denver, one of the most famous lawyers around in Denver, especially here when it comes to cannabis reform. This is good times, and my lawyer there in 2007 when I went to felony case. Good guy, there. Get Bike back on here to join us. Sorry, there, Bike. We only have one mic in this situation, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, I missed a good conversation.
Yeah, we had a fantastic conversation. We talked about the Civic Center Park situation that went down yesterday and all that craziness, which...
I don't think people are going to blame that on our community more than outsiders, do you?
No, I think that, I mean, but it just puts a huge damper on everything. I mean, it just stinks that it had to happen. I mean, it's not something that you like to see happen, obviously, period, end of story. I mean, there's nothing you can say other than, like, it just sucks that it had to happen, man. I mean, for many, many, many reasons. And it does make it look bad. I mean, it does make people think, twice about maybe going to the rally. I mean, I've already heard from multiple people that are in the industry that are like, oh, okay, that solidifies that I'm never going to be down there again.
I don't know if canceling today's event was necessary. I don't,
The city, he told us the city asked him to cancel it.
The city asked, who asked him?
The city asked them to cancel it.
Oh, I see. Okay. Wow.
So they went ahead and canceled it.
Sure.
And we talked about that, how it was like frustrating that they would go ahead and, I mean, it would the situation like that would end everything here, end the Civic Center event, I should say. Hopefully. It ended it today. I will hopefully in the future, not have to deal with that bull crap though. I mean, and hopefully they'll still continue with the 420 event.
Right. Just an isolated random event. I don't think you have to worry about that here.
Exactly. All right. What else is going on today for you?
I don't know. I'm looking forward to the award ceremonies tonight to see who wins what.
I think everybody's going to be looking forward to the award ceremony for the simple fact of it's the award ceremony.
What time does that start at, rather?
I don't know. 7 o'clock, I think.
Yeah, okay.
I think Styles P is going to be performing tonight before the award ceremony goes on. Styles P, rapper. He's also on High Times Records. And we're going to try and bring you as much video as we can from the award ceremony. Going to videotape it, throw it up online so that you guys have it to view. We'll do the best that we can for that. Your support helps us get stuff done like that. I mean, if you need to, if you want to help support us, want to help build the John Doe Radio Show, tell your friends about us. Tell any company that might want to sponsor the John Doe Radio Show that, hey, check it out.
Get on board.
Cannabis Radio does some great things. We go to great events, bring great information to you, and we would love to be a part of you. We would love to have you as part of our organization here. And we could, have more cameras, get more people hired on to do live broadcasting. What'd be sweet is if we had if we had a team here. It was like broadcasting from a live event. Somebody over in the corner, had a reporter,
sure,
like Lindsay over in the corner there, over by the Pink House and Big Buddha and Hitman booth, and doing interviews live from there, which we tried to get done and tried to do, which in the future here we will definitely get that done. I already have a plan and just couldn't semantically work it out. We got mad volunteers up in here.
I think we can...
And wrangling volunteers. And then having everybody out there in the chaos yesterday would have just been insane. Cell service is a little bit crazy. So we'll get better. I'm excited for the future, man. It's going to be crazy what we can do in the future and what kind of massive event this is going to be.
I can only imagine that this will be the last year at the Expo Center.
I don't know. It might not be.
The rate has been growing. I don't know. I mean,
they just need to limit tickets and then close down all the streets. The Hood Lab is up the street, be kicking. I don't know where else they would. I don't know where else they would have it. I mean, now that cannabis is legal here
Yeah.
in Colorado, it might make it easier for them to be able to have an event in other areas. But I would say that, you know, it's still sort of that situation of having to find an area that accepts us in an event, a venue that's like, hey, we're kosher with this. We'll deal with this. And a lot of it is just like, is them having to deal with a taboo, you know, or them having it in their mind that, you know, other people are going to hate on them or give them problems because they're holding a cannabis event. They're like, oh, we don't want that trouble. Well, it's like, okay, you'll throw sporting events and all kinds of craziness.
Well, they sell alcohol.
Where people get drunk and, you know, fall over each other and get into fights.
Pissing everywhere.
Pissing everywhere?
When you're getting drunk, you gotta add that element in there for sure. That's, you know what?
Crazy.
That's like the first thing that, you know, who was talking about getting permits? This Miguel said the other day. He's like, the first thing he mentioned, he's like, if you don't have porta potties, people are going to piss all over the trees. And it's true. We're animals.
I agree. I wouldn't.
You've been there.
If you got to pee, you got to pee. But I mean,
Sure.
I wouldn't necessarily. That's not my game. I'm not just gonna go piss on something.
Oh, I'm not necessarily, definitely not saying you.
If I'm in the woods.
In the woods is a different story. But Civic Center Park, yeah.
This tree looks nice. This bush looks nice. This person's leg looks nice.
Oh, there you go.
Whatever.
I haven't even ventured out over to the non-smoking area at all. Have you been in there?
Yeah, I've been in there. There's a bunch of booths inside. Russ Belleville from 420 Radio is in there. The broadcasting is out and about, videotaping awesome stuff too. But yeah, I mean, it's the whole area is just huge. How many events are there? What else have you seen here and talked to? Talked to anybody good?
I've bumped into a lot of people who I wasn't even expecting to bump into. I saw Adam Hand.
Handmade apparel over there.
Yes, I had my first meeting with Adam.
Made our shirts. We will have shirts available. We're not going to sell all our shirts here at the Cup. So they'll be available for you guys. $10 plus shipping and handling.
And there's Dorian Trainer. I should go grab some dabs from that guy. Are we smoking here on the air?
There's dab. Yeah, there's a rig back there if you want.
I'll grab him in a second.
We still got like 20 minutes left on the John Doe Radio Show here. Live from the Cannabis Cup in Denver, Colorado, the 20th and 21st here of April. The first ever U.S. Cannabis Cup. There have been Cannabis Cups before, but not like this one.
Yeah, people are actually asking me. They were confused that sort of the first Cannabis Cup is throwing them off. They didn't know if it was.
It is the first one.
Well, I
in the
know
United
they've
States.
been first one that everyone can go to. They weren't really clear on what was happening there.
Everybody could go to the ones before. You just couldn't get into the medication area
sure.
or anything like that.
No fun.
Yeah, there's AJ Hashman with his water-infused sugar sticks. Is this what you had? Is this you judged one of these things?
I judged that.
You didn't like it that much?
I didn't. Did you try it? It's just
I haven't tried it.
It's not for me.
I don't know if I want to try it. I don't have anything to open it with. Needs some scissors.
Probably be a good energy buzz to get you going with all that sugar in there. Here's some scissors for you. As you rips it off. Unneeded. Sugar goes. I can smell it as soon as you open it. What do you taste? Pixie stick and weed.
It's not as sweet as it should be. I taste a lot of weed.
Yeah. It's weed heavy. And pixie stick powder flavor.
I don't know if I like it or not. Ingredients: organic organic castor sugar.
Castor sugar.
Organic essential oils.
Organic essential oils. I wonder what that could mean.
Apple, tutti frutti, and grape. 50 milligrams. 25 milligrams CBD.
50 total?
That's what it. 50 milligrams THC, 25 milligrams
so
CBD.
75 milligrams total.
Try it. It's not bad. It tastes grape. It's the grape version.
Yes. Yeah, that's
and the grape probably is tasting. I'm probably tasting a lot of grape.
But you can taste the weed.
Yeah, you can taste an aftertaste of weed.
It's a little weird combination. It's always nice to see people walking around with clones.
It's not bad. We got some. There's some Formula 420 here. Those guys always out at the events all over. Smog out.
What is that
keep
for?
Keep this in the studio. It's smelly stuff. Smog out. I don't like things that cover smells because it usually ends up smelling worse.
Weird combination, for sure.
Yeah. combination of like you get in your car and your car has like an air freshener and it's like combination of like
covering up the burrito smell.
BO.
Right.
Smoke.
Burrito odor.
The one thing I do not like about this event though is I go home smelling like smoke.
Really? That's the one complaint?
I don't enjoy
bad.
having my clothes caked with smoke and then reeking like stale smoke.
It was a lot stronger last year when everyone was smoking inside.
Yeah, it was. Everybody was asking about the leaf blower too.
I haven't seen that. I have seen people pass it out.
The other night we had the leaf blower at the Raekwon concert. We blasted it off.
Oh, nice. I saw your picture with Raekwon.
Dude, and it was like we had a tent. The tent was smoky. Big ass tent. Craziness, dude.
So that's it as far as complaints, just a smoke smell?
No, and there's too many damn people.
Yeah, it's a little oversold, but...
There's way too many people. Which is a good thing. I mean, I guess there are way too many people. It just sucks that you have to... It's so difficult to move around.
Yeah, then you probably could have widened the aisles a little bit.
Mile High Life problems.
Right? Yeah, wah, poor us. There's too many people at the Cannabis Cup. Wah.
Mile High Life problems.
What are all these jars in front of you I see here? You get
Those aren't mine. Those are Chris's. Producer, the producer of every other show but John Doe Radio.
Right.
He's like,
that may be the most weed I've seen here this weekend. I haven't seen...
No, there's no... Dude, somebody had a pound of weed in a jar over there, and they just were like...
I saw people passing out jars of weed. A lot of free weed here this weekend.
I mean, literally, like, putting their hands into the jar, like, pulling out weed and, like, tossing it out of the crowd. There's that one tent right next to yours, the one dispensary that was doing it, and is, like, jam-packed in this area right there. You can't even... I don't go. I go around that tent because in front of it is just packed. There's too many damn people.
You talking about the patients before profits?
I don't know where. Yeah, those guys over there or something. They just like throwing out like pounds of weed, dude.
I saw that. Try to avoid that area.
It's pretty crazy.
But then it just seems like everyone's no one's saying want to smoke a bowl. Everyone's saying you want to dab. Everyone's smoking
people are
oil.
handing me bowls.
Yeah.
Of touchscreen. What the hell is that?
I don't
it's
know.
Like a
Grover.
It's like a purple Elmo.
Yeah, she's got a bag. I wonder what the hell he's passing out. With trinkets.
He's passing out Happy Dreams.
I'm so ready. Do you have oil?
Yeah, I have oil. You don't have any?
No, I don't. I didn't even have time. Yesterday, all I did was pass out. I was walking around passing out lollipops. People were grabbing me and putting me in the front of the line to dab. But
yeah,
I'm definitely ready. It's been hours, it seems.
Yeah, I've got some oil. I got some. Dude, Carlos from River Rock handed me some of their rock butter.
Yeah.
What's it called? It's called Ginger Snaps.
Ginger Snaps?
Tastes pretty good, yeah. They've actually improved their taste quite a bit over there.
It doesn't,
I still don't prefer it over the Element 420 CO2 extract.
I was over there dabbing that yesterday. Justin from Sandy Seeds was over there. The Big Buddha guys, Andrew and Milo. And, of course, Alex and Americo.
I turn around to go grab the torch and the dabber, and there's just 50 joints sitting over there. Somebody just dropped off joints. Not 50, but...
420 yesterday was a little anticlimactic compared to last year at 420, on 420 in the medical area. I don't know who it was. It might have been Elliot. He literally had like a trash bag full of cones. Passed them out until everyone in the medical area had one, and we were all smoking a big fat our own joint at 420.
Really?
Yeah.
God, Elliot is totally. He's in that industry. He's in the industry, dude. He is like weed dabber, pink house extraordinaire, dude.
And I think that was the one and only time I've ever halfway met Elliot. I've ever seen he's a busy dude.
Dude, Elliot is crazy. I'm just gonna say it right now. He's crazy in a good way.
Good.
In the best way possible.
We need more people like that.
Dude, I love it. And his branding he's got so much swag, dude. The pink. Did you see the pink pails over there?
Dude, did you see the pink house kits?
Yeah, the pink house. That's what I'm saying. The pink
this
pails.
Rig, the
you
nail.
You get the Hitman Phase 2. It's got a nail,
it's
torch.
got a highly educated nail, a pink house custom torch, and a pink house lunchbox, all with a foam compartment where it all fits.
Yep. Dude, it's awesome.
I wasn't shoveling out $400 for that, but I got Melanie a pink house frisbee.
You got her pink house frisbee?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw the frisbees. She has a shirt on, a pink house shirt on, too.
Tucker Foster was nice enough to kick that down to her today.
It's 4 o'clock here.
It's 4 o'clock here.
I don't know if we should take it about 10 or 20 more minutes till 4:20.
Depends how high I get off this dab will determine that, because I'm starting to fizzle out a little bit, and this is going to help.
You whiner.
No whiner, just putting it how it is. I'm getting the message here.
Bike is such a little whiner. All right, this little mini thing is the shit. You said you didn't like them.
They're too close to my face, but shit. I don't see any other rigs with dabs in front of me, so I'm going to hit it. It's probably the Flavor Town machine because it's so small.
It's awesome, dude.
Did he give you that nail too?
Yeah, I got the nail.
Fuck yeah, is that Infinity?
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to get me one of those.
Fits both the 18 and the 14. Although I do not like having metal nail
on
my joint because it gets stuck on there.
Let's see.
I don't want to. I mean, you pretty much got to leave this on.
Yeah.
It rips pretty good, dude. It's like this little badass little piece. I like it. I like it a lot.
Let's see.
Here, I'll bust you off a piece here.
What is that you got in your little no goo? Is it the Rever Rock butter you're talking about?
No. It's just I think it's actually some Top Shelf. Woo, yeah. 421 in the Mile High City. We're broadcasting live from Denver, Colorado. The first U.S. Cannabis Cup put on by High Times Magazine. Big ups to High Times Magazine and the whole crew for putting this thing together, because this event is just absolutely huge. Thanks to everybody that is helping out, making it happen. Thanks to everybody that make it happen for us at John Doe Radio Show. You, the listeners, are awesome. We could not do this without our sponsors right now, but we absolutely would not have any sponsors if you, the listener, weren't checking us out, man. So we appreciate that like crazy. Please tell your friends about us on the John Doe Radio Show. We're going to have stickers very, very soon that we'll be able to send out to you. If you order a shirt and we have those stickers in, we'll send those stickers out with you on your shirt order. So like $10 and shipping and handling, and we'll send you all some awesome stuff.
Swag.
Make sure that you please pass this around to your friends. Puff, puff, pass, ladies and gentlemen, because that's how we're spreading our word of mouth right now. We don't have a lot of money to put into advertising. And as advertising becomes more valuable in this industry, shoot, we're going to be the ones advertising for people. Hopefully. Be fun. I heard last night, we talked a little bit about a few people last night. The hot box up there at Red Rocks was absolutely fantastic and fun.
I heard someone fell asleep at that show. I don't know.
Who fell asleep at the show?
That was Lindzi's boyfriend.
Really?
Yeah.
He fell asleep at that show?
At the show, they said they were eating a lot of edibles.
Damn.
Right.
I wanted to go to that. I had a chance to go to, there was an extra ticket to the Method Man Red Man show.
You were saying that. I thought you were going to that yesterday.
Dude, it was too much stuff going on around here at that time. I couldn't make it out.
Right.
These guys were doing stuff here, and I was like, weighed the responsibility of actually disappearing for a couple hours. I should have gone, though, because everybody told me it was amazing.
There's definitely so much going on that you can't do everything, for sure.
No, you had to make choices. Like, we could have gone up to Red Rocks yesterday, but I would have had to, like, sacrifice almost the whole day.
Today?
There's way too many people. No, yesterday.
Oh, yesterday, yeah.
There's way too many people to...
What time did you leave here?
To meet
yesterday?
and hang out with and do all that great stuff. I went over to the lab after I left here yesterday. I was hanging out in the lab.
We almost did, but... Yeah, today was just... Yeah, that's about the rate of my brain going... Today, I told you earlier, I lost my car this morning.
You lost your car? I didn't hear that earlier.
Oh, yeah, well, on our way here, we were going to have breakfast with Mickey Martin. And,
well, why didn't you holler at me? Why didn't you come pick me up?
I've texted you like 3 times today. I figured you weren't
I didn't
speaking
get
to me or
anything
something.
this morning. I didn't get anything. My phone was out. I didn't even get here till, like, noon. I got here at noon today.
We had all intentions of being here at 11. I was supposed to...
Where is Mickey Martin?
Mickey Martin's strolling around. He was doing the Danny Danko show earlier or later. I'm not sure, but...
He did Danny Danko's show yesterday?
He was going to do it today, I think he said. Free weed?
I thought it was recorded yesterday or something.
I don't know. Oh, maybe the podcast is what he was going to do.
Oh, yeah, we did that the other day. I did that the other day.
So, anyways, we parked, they were at the Westin Hotel, and we parked at the parking garage for the next block over, down underground, and then we went and saw Addison and Jessica and Mickey. We smoked a little bit. We were going to get in the van to come here. We went in the parking garage and realized that we were in the right parking garage, just the wrong entrance, and it took us literally an hour of walking around. Gave up a couple of times, walked around the street for another parking garage. Ended up finding it and getting here late. So that's how my day began. Just it's a busy weekend. It's a lot of work on the brain to be a pot smoker and all this overstimulation of people and weed and sights and sounds.
The only thing that I hate right now is my feet are killing me.
My feet are hurting bad, dude. My legs are giving out.
Chocolate dessert chips behind me.
Chocolate? What about chocolate dessert chips?
There's chocolate chips. Chocolate, like corn chips back here. I'm going to break into those. I don't know whose they are.
Chocolate dessert chips. Those would make me just fall right asleep.
I've seen like pizzas being walked in by like 10.
I saw that.
The 10 stack, like left and right.
The other thing is when we were coming in yesterday, we had two Tupperware boxes full of candy, and they were like, no outside food.
Why didn't you give me some candy so I could run the hustle? That's shame on you. Shame on you. That's all right.
The candy.
All you do is wearing a rig around his neck. I'm gonna put this one. I'm gonna put this around my neck.
It's on?
The Hitman.
Oh my God, this torch is on, Tim.
What are you doing over there?
You handed it to me and it was on?
I didn't hand it to you and
lock
it on.
You handed it to me, it was on. I'm like, oh, thanks.
No, I did not have it on.
Let me tell you my story.
You must have turned it on.
Let me tell you the story. When you handed it to me, Tim, it was on. The flames. No. Can I tell my story?
Dude, I did not have it on. I never locked the torches.
Hear me out. When you handed it to me, there was a flame coming out of it, and I just thought you were being nice. And then when I was done, I hit the switch, thinking it was off, and I put it down. And now 10 minutes later, Greg's like, "Hey, your torch is on."
It was sitting right here. The flame was not on.
It came on magically when you were handing it to me. And I saw the flame coming out of it.
I'm gonna go back and review the video. How are you ladies doing?
You were slow. You were too slow.
Go and talk
you should stand up.
I'm gonna go and talk to the cannabis ladies. I don't care about a torch right now. I care about the.
I'm not talking about a torch. I'm just telling you
the attractive cannabis ladies.
When the ladies came over, you need to stand up and say, "Hey, how you doing?" Not just, "Hey."
I like the attractive cannabis ladies in spandex, because spandex is the new thing, and I have no problem with it.
It's the new thing? I thought it was yoga pants.
Spandex, yoga pants, same thing.
Spandex are shiny, like 80s.
Yeah, actually, yoga pants are in then.
Yes.
Love it. Yoga pants, funky hair, and tattoos. I'm cool with that. All right, that's gonna wind it down for today's show. We got about 10 minutes to prepare for 420. I haven't actually got a chance to celebrate 420 too much this week.
Where are you gonna celebrate?
Hey, wait, there's Mason Tavert right here. Come over, Mason. We're almost done with the show. You don't have to be on like a ton. But we just want to go say hi to you, and what you up to? Are you having fun, dude?
What you gonna do?
Holler at everybody. Just to holler and say hi. All right, Mason Tavert, who looks a little overwhelmed. No, I'm kidding.
Where are you going to be celebrating 420 today, Tim?
I'm going to celebrate it right here.
All right, I'm going to celebrate it with you then.
There's food being passed around here. I think we're all right right now.
Right on.
That chick with the dreads, we're going to hire her. I'm going to bring her back.
Tell her, don't tell me. Go get her.
I'm going to go get her number. We'll go get her number. Is there something wrong with me today? I'm just wanting a day to relax.
What makes you think something wrong? I think you're fine.
What's that, man? What is he asking? He's asking for
a coin.
The coin. They'll sell it to you right here, back there. All right, that's gonna do it for the John O Radio Show today.
Thank you. Sorry I was late.
U.S. Cannabis Cup, first ever. Yeah, you better be sorry.
But I won't be late tomorrow.
Man, I almost want to not do a show tomorrow because I need to rest, but that's all right.
We're going to review tomorrow. What time to review the winners and
we'll review the winners and review news that we missed this week.
And there'll still be people in town. Who knows what I can't wrangle up tonight as far as getting an out-of-town guest on tomorrow before everyone dips.
Have yourselves a fantastic day. Hope you had a fantastic 420. It was great to spend it with you all. It was great to spend it here in Denver. It feels so privileged.
Seriously,
to be a part of this.
I've been trying not to be jaded, not be like, it's just another day. It's a pain in the ass because it's people. I kept telling myself, dude.
I know, because you are sort of jaded.
I am.
And, like, cynical.
Oh, I'm super cynical.
Thanks,
dude.
That's another thing that's awesome. Is just
people
everybody handing you dabs.
Here's a chunk of shatter, man.
I know it's almost 420, so that's gonna come in handy here in a second.
Right on.
Yeah, I'm dabbing.
Thanks, dude.
All right. Have yourselves a great day.
Thank you.
Lindsay, thank you for joining us in the first hour. Look, she has a I voted.
I dabbed today.
I voted today sticker. I dabbed today.
And I like that Steely. The Grateful Dead symbol there.
All right, y'all have yourselves a great day. Happy 420.
Happy 420. We're
I
gonna go
honestly
smoke.
feel more and more every year, and especially this year, that this day is becoming a huge get-together, a family event, and I'm proud to be along with everybody. See, that's what I'm talking about. Even the Army.
Oh, there you go, yeah.
The Army. Until we meet again tomorrow.
We'll be here.
I'm your host, John Doe.
I'm Bike. I'm High.
See ya.
Damn, that's a fucking shard. 410.
John Doe Radio Show is produced by Charlie Sash Entertainment. The John Doe Radio Show programming is not limited by information on counterculture subjects and is intended as an informational and entertainment purposes only. We specifically include responsible marijuana reform. Listening to anyone but your mother is just being stupid. We accept no responsibility for your actions or misrepresentations, and we do not fully endorse the use of illegal drugs. You are ultimately responsible for yourself.
My.